Welcome to the CTA Foundation CES interview series. My name is Steve Ewell, and I'm Executive Director of the Consumer Technology Association Foundation. And I'm really pleased to be joined today by James Lee, who is the co-founder and the CEO of Mighty Health. Welcome, James. So happy to have you join us this year.
Thank you so much for having me, Steve.
Well, first off, for anyone who's not aware of Mighty Health, can you share a little bit about what your app and your service does?
Yeah, absolutely. So in short, Mighty Health is the first digital wellness platform that's designed specifically for older adults. So it comes down to the three C's. The first thing is content. We have workout videos that are easy on the joints. You're not jumping up and down and doing burpees. They're tailor-made for older adults to be able to do anytime they want at home. The second one is coaching. So we give every member an individual personalized coach that actually helps you keep you accountable. As we all know, with something like New Year's resolutions, they're hard to stick to. And then finally, we have community. So you're surrounded by hundreds of other members who are on the same health journey as you. You're rooting each other on, and you're holding each other accountable.
Well, that's incredible. And yeah, it's really interesting to see how you're able to adapt all that programming for the older adult audience. What inspired you to create this program?
Well, a few years ago, unfortunately, my dad actually had to go to the hospital pretty abruptly for an open heart surgery. And even though the surgery itself went really well, the doctor made it pretty clear that if he didn't change his lifestyle habits immediately, his health would continue to worsen and he'd probably be back on the gurney, within months or years. And so as we were looking around for different solutions for him, we realized that either it was going to be a really, expensive personal trainer or all these amazing fitness apps that were popping up these days, but they were all not really tailored for people his age. And so we wanted to create something that actually really fit with the evolving needs of people in his generation, whether it's accounting for the tech savviness, whether it's the types of workouts that are friendlier on the joints and are easier to do. We wanted to create something that was more fit for adults 50 and over.
Well, that's really incredible. And as someone who, as much as I love burpees and things like that, occasionally I definitely feel it these days. So having something that can be tailored based on the age population that you're focused on, I think is really important. And that's something that we find at the CTA Foundation, really, regardless of the types of technologies we're working at or with, it's having that right purpose and that right focus that really helps people, understand and use the technology. So it's great to see this focus and this use here. In addition to the tie to your dad and having that connection, do you have some stories of people who have been impacted by the program and benefited by it?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we are in a really grateful position to have members in all 50 states. And so we hear these types of stories come in, through our coaches all day long. And one story in particular actually is one of our favorite members, Elizabeth, out in Lancaster, Pennsylvania. And when she first joined our program, she was dealing with a few different chronic heart issues and kind of on and off exercising, eating healthy, but then sometimes, falling off the wagon a little bit. And because of Mighty Health and throughout being in our program, she not only hit her weight goals and lost a lot of weight and decreased her triglycerides and, was a lot healthier, but she actually got a lot stronger as well. She told us that it's actually the fittest she's ever been in her whole life, just from, doing, not just eating healthy, but also doing the workouts as well. So we're really grateful and blessed to be able to hear lots of these similar stories every day.
Well, that's incredible. I know how important it is to hear the stories of the impact that you're having with the community. Now, you're part of a program of a number of different startups that I know we're talking to and having a chance to highlight part of the AARP Innovation Lab startup portfolio. Can you talk about the work or how you're working with AARP Innovation Labs and the benefits that they've brought?
Well, absolutely. We're proud to be one of the latest additions, actually, to the AARP community. We had the opportunity to take part in an AARP Digital Learning Challenge in September. Of course, given that it was 2020, these challenges were all online. But having competed against a number of other outstanding companies in this rapidly growing 50 plus space, We were lucky to be selected as the winning startup of that challenge, which gave us the opportunity to work with the AARP's Innovation Lab across a number of different initiatives. The two that I'll highlight is, we plan on running a number of focus groups with them to be able to help understand how to best market and understand how to work with our over 50 population. And the other one will be working with them to connect with different insurance companies and payers that they have existing relationships with, so that we can do some customer development with them.
Well, that's incredible. All important pieces as you're looking to grow your startup and really turn this into the next big business. So I can't wait to see how that continues to grow from there. Here we are this year at CES digitally this year, and we're going to hear throughout the week about the new announcements, the technologies that are coming this year, the new products, but we're also going to have lots of conversations about the technologies that are going to impact us in the next 3, 5, even 10 years. Are there certain types of technologies, and it doesn't have to be Mighty Health related, but just areas that you're interested in and excited about that are coming down the pike?
Absolutely. Well, of course, for my day job, I spend a lot of time looking at fitness technologies, wearables, and we're always excited to see what the next wave of that is. Being able to monitor folks at home so that they don't have to be going into the hospitals and receiving care from physicians is always a big leap every single year in terms of what we're able to do. But actually, personally, I'm actually really interested in self-driving technologies. I remember walking around CES the last couple of years, seeing all the concept cars and technologies that were on the show floor. And while there's been a lot of interesting conversation around self-driving, even things like Tesla's stock over the last few months or so, one of the reasons why I'm personally really interested in it is because I've seen the impact that it's had on my dad. For folks who have not as great eyesight, especially those that are in our membership's population, going out and driving every single day, especially in the dark at night, is actually not that easy. And so having self-driving technology, even as an aid or as an assistant to be able to help driving at night become safer for people like my dad, that's one of the areas that I'm most excited about seeing.
Well, that's incredible. And yeah, that is, one of those major kind of life changes is when you lose the ability to drive, and the opportunity for these vehicles to help people continue to get out and, certainly get to medical appointments and all the health that we're interested in. But really, technology can provide for so much more than that. And, it's the recreation, it's, going and visiting friends and family. So yeah, I can't wait to see some of those technologies as well. And I know, at CES this year, we're going to be having lots of conversations about both health and self-driving vehicles. So I can't wait to see all that. If people are interested in learning more about Mighty Health and potentially signing themselves or their loved ones up for it, where should they go to get that information?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, to learn more about Mighty Health, you can check out our website, which is just mightyhealth.com. You can search us up in the App Store on both Android and iOS and download it and try it out for free for a week. And we even offer the option for you to be able to gift a membership of Mighty Health to a loved one. So if there's someone in your family, a parent, a grandparent, aunt or uncle, someone that you feel like, especially in the new year, can take their health into their own hands, please encourage them to check out our website, mightyhealth.com.
Well, that's great. I encourage people to go take a look at that. And James, really, thank you. It's such a pleasure to talk with you and just get an update on all the work that you're doing with Mighty Health. So really pleased to have you here and joining us at CES in 2021.
Thank you so much, Steve.
Well, for the audience, if you're interested in learning more about the CTA Foundation, you can go to ctafoundation.tech. And otherwise, I wish you a wonderful CES 2021.